I am by no means a conspiracy theorist or anything like that. But I do, like the rest of us, have common sense. And I know when something good is being packaged as something bad. And I know about people, I know that when there is something that takes a group of individuals, a group of different individuals, or something that takes their attention off of what's making them an individual and causes them to focus on this one thing that we all like, or this one thing that we all have a problem with, like something funny while we're all laughing at this, or a natural catastrophe while we all need help right now, then that's when real togetherness starts to happen. Because when you take a group of people that feel like their experience is an isolated experience and you give them something that they all relate to, then that's when they start to look at each other like, what do you experienced this too? Like, you went through this too? Or like this happened to you too? Then people start to realize we're not that different. That's why things like comedy and just funny stuff in general is so important, because when you're laughing at something that hundreds of thousands of other people are laughing at, then you start to understand that you have a lot of the same life experience as hundreds of thousands of other people that don't look like you necessarily. And that creates a certain comfort. That's why these apps are getting more and more silly. That's why people are getting more and more comfortable with being themselves and like sharing their experience, because they're starting to feel like there's a lot of people that share my same experience and they don't necessarily have to look like me. They don't necessarily have to be from where I'm from. You know what I mean? And that is a beautiful thing. That's why, like, I take a lot of pride in videos that I do, because I look in the comments and I see like all these different people laughing and like responding to each other and just like talking, and that, I love that, man. And it becomes dangerous. It becomes a threat. We, as a people, that becomes a threat from us when that gets brought from the digital realm to real life. Because right now it's all on the internet. Like, everybody's just talking, like laughing with each other, getting to know each other, like on the internet, in the comment section, like making videos and stuff like that. But when that starts to happen in real life, like when people start to like break down their social barriers in real life, that's when the real threat happens, because that's when people really start to organize. You know what I mean? Like that's what's necessary for like real organization of a people, is like a common goal or a common thread or like a common experience that just makes you forget about everything that is separating you from this other person and this other person. I'm not saying it's all good, like the internet is just a happy, joyful place, but I'm seeing more happiness and joy than I've ever seen on the internet before. Like, there's almost just as much of that as there is negativity on the internet, because it used to be like you get on and the first thing you see is people arguing in the comment section on Facebook, like a long time ago or something like that. Like every time somebody posts something, there's always a debate. Like now it's just people laughing and like making silly, stupid jokes. So to me, having something that is seemingly a very good and necessary foundation for the breaking down of social barriers between people pulled out from under us seems like a moral wrong. It's a big deal, and something that's changed a lot of people's lives financially. I know, like for me, because my TikTok blew up before my Instagram did, and that's where a lot of my opportunities came from. So I don't know, man. But it also is a good lesson in not depending on these things that are being given to us. That's why I really want my own app or something like that to like bring people to. I'm gonna figure that out. A newsletter or something, I don't know. Something to move the audience to that isn't necessarily dependent on an app or a company, but I digress. Anyway, Agent Fee app on the way, 2025, Fee Talk, Insta Fee, Fee Book. I don't know what we're gonna name it. We're gonna name it something. We're gonna figure out what it is.